As states like Victoria and New South Wales battled the COVID storm, places like Caloundra in southeast Queensland were a sanctuary.
Because I was retired and living at the beach, I considered us very lucky.
The Sunshine State had locked its borders to keep coronavirus out. On the day Queenslanders went to the polls, there were just 4 active infections.
Let's hear it for the Premier of Queensland!
Anastasia Palaszczuk romped it in.
We kept Queenslanders safe.
Brenda Dean is relatively new to Queensland. Like thousands of others, the 82-year-old moved here from Victoria.
Last year when we came up for a visit and got stuck because of COVID, we looked around and found a very nice house.
She settled in Caloundra, joined the quilting group and is a keen observer of the Premier.
I think that she's still doing a fairly good job. There are 1 or 2 areas where I feel that she's fallen down a little.
I did vote for Labor, probably because I was scared to change the government.
Meredith Inkster lives in Caloundra too, an electorate that Labor won for the first time ever on the COVID tide. COVID has all but disappeared from the daily news agenda now. Instead, the Queensland government's been dogged by health system pressures and failures. A growing population also fuelling a housing crisis. There have been revelations of bullying in the public service, sexism in the police service, even criticism of glitzy red carpet appearances.
A little bit of arrogance has come into play, and I think maybe she's been in power a little bit too long.
The public esteem that Anastasia Palaszczuk enjoyed seems to be evaporating.
Confronted with questions about whether she's checked out, Australia's longest-serving female leader insisted she's committed to the job.
I intend to take this team to the next election, absolutely.
With an eye on a 4th term, Anastasia Palaszczuk has long-term plans, massive renewable energy projects and a hometown Olympic Games in 2032.
I'd enjoy it, I'm sure, but I do feel that resources could be directed in another way. There are lots of families these days doing it really, really tough.
Businesses too. Talking to cafes and restaurants around here, they're happy that tourism is starting to recover. But there's one thing they're really frustrated about, and that's a lack of staff.
It's all well and good to have the beaches, to have the beautiful locations and resorts and so on, but if you can't find people to cook the meals, to wash the rooms, that industry is going to go down the toilet pretty quick.
Craig Williams, another Melburnian turned Queenslander, is pleading for more government action.
There needs to be a real push made for helping the hospitality industry in particular recover.
Queenslanders are crying out for solutions to a range of problems.
Now we're not looking at politics through the COVID lens. Labor needs to get some policy runs on the board.